Hello everyone! Welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I'm already gloved up because we are going to do UV resin today. So there is no explanation. I'm going to just jump right into it because in my real life, my live on my channel is coming up in 2 days. So I need to prep for that and I'm going to prep with you guys. So if you missed that live, you can go back and watch it anytime. It was not on Amazon. It was on my channel, so it's there forever. But we did the turtles on that live, and I made 6 of them prior to on other videos that you could go back and watch. And I made 2 more on that live. And then I'm going to make UV resin projects. So that's what we're going to do today. And I'm keeping in the theme of love or Valentine, you know, reds and pinks and hearts and things like that. So I'm just going to jump in and get started, and I really don't have a plan. I pulled out all kinds of things. I've got my clear hard type, of course. I pulled out my black and my white UV resin. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them. I pulled out these chunky glitters because I love them so much. I use them sparingly because I don't want to use a whole bottle. You guys know how I do with my glitters, but I could replace them very easily. So I use these sparingly and they're gorgeous. They're all opalescent. These are by Let's Resin and they're so pretty. They come in all these different colors. And I pulled out 5 of my own glitters, which are Cotton Candy, which is a pinky green. I pulled out Pinky Keen, which is a chunky glitter mix. Firefly, which is red. Ignore the green, it's stuck to the outside. Elegance, which is a chunky pink, kind of holographic, and Red Wine, which is one of my favorite reds that I have. I've also pulled out their Chameleon powder set. This is just their normal Chameleon powders. I didn't pull out the intenses or anything. I don't know, I might get them later. I pulled out some flowers, some pressed flowers, all in the reds and pinks themes, and I also pulled out a whole bunch of little charms in the love type theme. So we've got little hearts here. I have keys, the key to their heart, and a bunch of different hearts that I just had in my stash. So I'm just going to go through and try to do several different ideas. These are the large ones. Both of them come in the set when you buy the set, so you'll get both of them. These are the ones that fit into the closed bezels, which I don't know if I have any closed bezels left. I'll have to go look. These do not. So you could put a flat back bail on them. You can make keychains out of them. Whatever you want to do. These are a little bit larger than these. So let me see if I have any closed bezels left before we begin. Yep, I have some. So I have this one, which this does not fit inside of it, but what I did last time, it fits around this edge perfectly. So I put a whole bunch of glue so the glue would stick to the back of that and this because there is a little lip in there. You could fill it with resin if you wanted it flat, I guess. But that's what I used for that one. And then I do have some heart shapes. I have a couple teardrops. Oh, well, the teardrops do not fit this one. This is for the other mold. Here is an oval. I have a couple ovals that I can use. And then the rounds that I have are the keychain types. So that's what I have to work with today. I do not need this one because we don't have anything for that one. So let's just stick with those shapes today. So the largest one would be that one. And I'm thinking, what can we do with that one? Maybe a key? No, I wanted to do the heart, but I don't know if I'll do that big one. I wanted to do the heart one, but let's wait on that. I'm going to just push this aside. I don't need anything extra on my table because I'm not going to do much of the big ones today. So I do have a little tiny key, the key to your heart. So let's do that one. And I'm thinking of leaving that little hook on there, because first of all, I don't think I could chop it off nicely, and I don't think it looks bad with the little hook because you would put your key on that hook. So I think I'm going to do that. So let's just fill it up a little bit and get it cured and do the same thing. Let me grab a little lighter here because you're going to want to pop your bubbles. Now I have my dual light out. You don't have to have a dual light, but it makes things a lot easier on you. I'm just gonna quick cure that for like not even a minute. Let me grab my scribe. I always test it with a little scribe while it's underneath there just to see. I don't really need it fully cured. I just want it to lay on there just so it's not going to fall through the resin, and then put another coat of clear on that so we don't cover up. See, that's good enough right now. And now I'm just going to lay this on top however you want it laid on top, and just seal it in there with a little resin before we put a back coat on. And it doesn't even, well, yeah, I want to cover the whole thing. So I just am leaving a back coat. Make sure your key is underneath or whatever you're doing so it doesn't get lost in your top coat. And then put this inside. If you have the dual light, and you need a new shelf, we do have shelves in the eBay store made out of acrylic. I know Let's Resin sells glass ones. We sell acrylic ones. So if you need one of those, you can grab them there. Hopefully they're still in stock by the time you're watching this. And let's see, what can we back that one with? I want to try something. Actually, I don't want that to cure much. That's it? That's all I want it to cure if I'm doing this. So I'm going to try to, while it's tacky, oops, this one's not open yet. Let me grab my little opener. If you ever wonder what these are when they come in a package, whoops, that's what they're for. Now I need a brush. I should have been more prepared. I'm sorry. I kind of knew what I was going to do, but of course, here, this one. I'm going to see if this will stick to it. What color is this? Champagne. I wanted more of a pink. Let's not do champagne. It looks pink in here, but I don't really want that. What color is this? Magenta and plum. Let's do magenta. More of the Valentine-y theme. Oh, that one came off. Okay. Let's just stick that back in there. Want to rub this off of I don't know if I put it in there or not. Nothing came off, so let's see if it sticks. If you just barely, yep. If you just barely cure it, it will leave you with a sticky background that the powder will stick to. I'm going to blow the rest out. And I think the only thing I don't like about that, I'm going to put a little bit more clear on because I don't want that huge layer of black. I do want to back it in black. So let's get that cured all the way through. Like 2 minutes. I'll put you on a pause a lot today. And then we can back it in the black, so hopefully bring out that chameleon powder. That's cured, so let's go ahead and pull it out. I could have probably filled it up a little bit more, but let's just see if it even worked before I worry about that. I'm just going to fill the back with black so we can get the chameleon powder effect to work properly. Oh, that went right in there all the way around. I might need a little more. I don't like to do black very deep because it looks so opaque to me. And I'll cure that. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it did work. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. So it's got a purple and magenta tone to it. And the black is not too bad. That would fit right inside of one of these, like that. That deserves it, I think. What do you think? I'm going to go ahead and glue it in. I just use E6000 to glue mine, and I'm going to glue them as I go. That way they can start drying during this video. That is pretty. Love that. When you put them in the closed bezels, you don't have to really worry about trimming and things. All right, let's do another one. I'm thinking this one, and I pulled out my crushed crystal too. Let me get my tray out. We'll put that right there. So I have this. This was a charm just like this, and all I did was take these little snippers on this one, and I just snipped off that little piece like that. And that's what I'm going to do to all of those. So this one will fit pretty, will it fit in the heart? Or we might be doing a lot of hearts today, you guys, because, you know, Valentine's Day and all. Let's do that. I'm going to do the exact same process. I'm going to cure that, put the heart in, cure it again, and then we'll find a different backing. I've got the heart in and the backing on there. So that's holding it in. So I think what I'm going to do, if you ever want to mix a color, get these little pots here. I'm going to mix crushed crystal in. Let me put that up there so it doesn't see the light. I think because the heart is dark and the crushed crystal is basically white, I think that would be a really pretty background. I know that's a huge scoop for normally what I do, right? I need to get a dotting tool. I'm just going to mix this up. And then we'll pour that on the back and see what we get. It should be pretty. There we go. You could do this with your mica powders, your alcohol inks, whatever you need. Your glitters, obviously. Let's see how this is going here. I kind of had to hold it down because the heart was moving. Let me just flip it over. I don't know if that's going to be okay or not. We're going to try it. See all those ripples? I had to hold the heart because it kept moving. So I held the heart, pulled my light off, and held it over. So now I have ripples from pulling the stick out. So this could be a bad one. Not sure. But we're going to try it and finish it, and you just never know. Hopefully the resin will fill in those little lumps and bumps like resin normally does. And we'll save that for something else. I'm usually doing about 2 minutes. I haven't done more than 2 minutes, put it that way, but I have taken it out earlier than 2 minutes. So 2 minutes is pretty good. I mean, if it's really opaque, it might not cure, or it might take a little bit longer. That one I left in 4 minutes. It was struggling to get through, but it is totally cured. So let's see what we got. Oh, that is pretty. It worked just fine. Absolutely fine. And you know what I'm going to do with this one? I pulled out dicroish film from Little Windows, and I think I'm going to trace around that. Get me a little piece of this. Cut it out, and we'll use this as the backdrop of the next one. If I can. I don't even know if this pen is actually... No, that pen didn't do anything. Really? I don't want to hold it with, like, my fingers. Come on, just trace. Well, I guess I'm holding it with my finger. Did it go? No. Let me work on this off camera, and I'll get a little piece for the back. All right, I got it done. Got this one glued into this bronzed one, so that looks really cute. Love that. All right, let's just do... should we put a charm in there or not? Why not? Let's just put a charm in there. Oh, I guess I'm doing a heart-shaped one again. Yeah, because that's what I cut out. All right, we'll do this little charm. Let's cut that little thing off. Oh, if it's not nice and neat, you could take your nail file with a pretty tough grit This one is 100 on this side and 180 on the other side, and just file that little piece down. The best that you can. It's not the easiest, but it does work. Let me just wipe that down. I don't want dust in there. That looks pretty good. I'm going to wipe that out again. A little alcohol. What's in there? Looks like black glitter, but I didn't use black glitter. All right. I'm going to do the exact same process with the charm. Get the charm in place without it moving. Because I don't want it hitting the silicone is why I'm doing it this way. So we'll just get that in there, this in there, and then I'll show you how I'm going to get that back piece on. Let me shut this off. Instead of fighting with it with that whole coat, I think I'm going to use the bonding resin here, which cures really quickly, and just put a dot right on that heart and cure that exactly where I want it. So when I do pour the other layer of resin on, it's not going to move on me. This only takes like 10 seconds. So let me see if, see, now it's not going to move. So I should be able to go ahead and pour this one over it. And I'm going to fill this one up almost to the top. Not like, say 3/4 to the top. So now that didn't move. It's still in place and I can cure it without a problem. And then we need 2 more layers. We need clear with the film, and then we need either white or black. So this is what it would look like with black on the back. And then if we put white on the back, let me just get this dirty paper towel. This is what it would look like with white on the back. Oh, I need to wash that off. Look at that pen mark. Let me get that pen mark off, hopefully, with a little alcohol. I don't want to see that in the piece. I think I might do the white today. I think I did the black the last time I did this. Yeah, that got it off. Okay, that's nice and clean. Yeah, I think I might back it in white so we can get more of the opal look and hopefully still see the charm underneath. If not, we could do it again and try it with black, or we could just do one of each. I should have cut 2 of those out, but I did not. But I will. Let me do that. I got the second one up to speed, same place that I'm at. So the charm is set in there. So now all I'm going to do is put the smallest little layer in both of them. Get this piece. It's the exact same one in both of them. And get that cured. Try to press it down inside. Oh, it might be a little too big. I'm going to try to make it work. Try to get any bubbles out from underneath there. I can always trim it after the fact. So then we're going to cure this. Oh, this one's a little bit too big. We're going to cure this in there. Hopefully I don't have bubbles because my little film is just barely too big for the hole. But I just want to show you what the difference is. Is that one sticking out? Yes, it is. Let me see if I could cut that somehow. It's a little too big here. It's not going to be perfect, you guys. I don't do jewelry very often. So I don't have a ton of experience. That fits better. Get that back in the side. I think that one should be okay. But it's basically to show you what black and what white will do to the exact same film. So let me cure that for 2 minutes and get the backing on. That's cured. Now I'm just going to put one black and one white and try to get it filled up this time. That's good. And hope we don't have bubbles underneath it. That's the only thing that I have issues with sometimes when I'm using the dicroish films, which are awesome. Those are from Little Windows. And there is a discount code for you guys from them. I love those films. Those are the only ones I really use anymore. Let me put that in for 2 minutes and then we will see the results. They should be done. It's been like 3 minutes. Yeah, they're pretty done. The other thing I'm thinking you can do if you don't have the black or white or don't want to make it, you can paint the inside of these closed bezels black or white and get your backing that way. All right, which one do we see first? We're going to see the white first. Oh, it's a little off center. So, not crazy that that happened. Obviously, I wasn't looking at the right because I'm the one who... So that's not going to get the closed bezel, but let's see what the black looks like. Oh, look at how different that is. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? The exact same dicroish film. Now this one's not bad. This one's off center, so I'm not going to put that in a bezel. I do need to trim, like I said. Which I knew I was going to have to, which is fine. But that is really pretty. Should we put it in the dark one or in the light one? Oh, I think it needs to go in the silver one because it's got a silver heart in there. That is pretty. Too bad that one is off center. That kind of stinks. So I don't know. I can't really fix that one. They glue off. So that one is good. Ooh, if you turn it this way, this has all the colors. You can see a deep blue, a green, a yellow, an orange, and a red. It's got all the rainbow colors. Well, if you turn it either way. Wow. That is so pretty. This one is too, but look at, I got it off center. Totally stinks. I'm not going to stick that in anybody's. You have to be like, why did I get the blooper? I won't do that, I promise. All right, what can we do next? I'm going to do a glitter. Let's do this charm in an oval. I'm going to just chop off that loop. It's got a little flower on the top. All right. Try to do the same thing here. That one doesn't look clean. Let's do this one. I'll cure it, get it set, you know, the whole shebang, and bring you back for the backing. Well, that one's curing. I think I'm going to try to save this one and drill a hole through it over here on the side that it's off. Shut it off. Oh, jeez. Now I gotta get it out. Okay. Don't do that. All right. Got it off. So I think I can put like a jump ring in there and that way it'll hang from this side. I mean, it's still a little off, but you know, it's the best that I can do considering. Let me get this cleaned up. Hold on to your drill very tightly when you're using it or that will happen. All right, let's check this little thing and see if it's ready to come out. I got the back coat on. Yeah, it's pretty good. I did the same thing, but it looks off center too. I don't know. I'm not great at these. So I'm going to take another little pot here that I have, and we're going to put some of the Let's Resin. Come on. Something's stuck in there, a piece of... Well, if I can't get it out, then nothing's going to get it out. A little bit, just a little bit of the glitter. Let's pick one. One for Valentine's Day. So we'll go to the pink family. Pink opal. We'll put some pink opal behind that. And where's my dotting tool? I'm just going to mix that in and pour it behind. And that is domed. I usually always have good luck with my glitters. Let's hope today didn't change. I'm thinking because it reflects off of everything, and then if you want to clean that, just pop it in there and it'll peel right out. So let's get that cured. 2 minutes seem to be just fine. It's cured. Here's the little pot. You just flip it over and everything will come out. The rest will come out with tape because it's just glitter stuck to silicone. All right, let's see if it is centered or not. Please be centered. It's not perfect, but it ain't too bad. The only ones that I have in oval shape are these antique-y ones, but that looks pretty. What do you think? You almost can't see, like it's almost too much, but I think it's good enough to glue on here. Here's the that one, but I don't think that looks good in this kind of frame. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that one in. Let me see. Oh, if I could pick it up. I think I want to do just a glitter after we fill it with clear resin to see the cabochon just make it sparkle. So I'm just going to fill one up. Let's do a circle. We haven't done a circle, have we? No. I'm going to fill it most of the way up with clear and cure it. And then let me grab a piece of tape. We'll clean out that little pot so I don't get a whole bunch of them dirty today. So just take your sticky tape and get the rest of it out. That's all. And we'll do another one of their glitters. I guess I didn't really need to do that because I'm using another one of their glitters, which are all opal, but let's do a different color. That was the pink. Let's do, what do these look like? This one is violet, silver, blue, not very Valentine-y. This one looks like my heaven. It's the opal. That would be pretty, but I'm trying to stick with Valentine. You got gold, green, dark green, sky blue. They're all very pretty. And we don't need a lot because it's just the back coat. So let's just open this away from the light. Dump a little bit in. And we'll let this shine through that whole cabochon. And it's just going to make it like pop right out of there. Let's see if this is cured good enough. Where is it? That one? Yeah, it's cured good enough. Because it's still going to keep curing when I pop it back in there. Nothing in there, nothing to distract from the glitter. Just the glitter. And if you don't have enough, you can either add a white background. If you add a black background, most likely it will change the color of that. Or you can just add clear. But again, you're going to have that closed bezel if you're using closed bezels on there. So let's see. Whoops, get it in there crooked. Let's get that cured. All right, this one is done. Done, done, done. Oh, look at that. Look at how pretty that is. It is gorgeous. Just shining through. It's like reflecting right through. What do you think? Oh my gosh, I love that glitter. That's why I use it sparingly. I wouldn't dump all that into one thing. This deserves to be glued. All right. We'll do a couple more. And we'll get some flowers in, a couple of my glitters in, and see what else we can come up with. Let's change gears and do the large heart one. And I'm going to do a key and flowers. So as if to be the key to the heart. And I will do the same thing. Get that cured, get the key in and situated, which is going to be this one. And then we'll put the flowers in. All right, the key is in place. It did produce some bubbles, which stinks, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep moving. So I'm going to put another layer, small layer. Oops, I just messed up all my flowers over here. I've got out the reds and the blacks. Come on, the static is terrible. Oh, where are ya? Here you are. Now, we just need something small. Something really small in red and black. And I like to use tweezers with things like this. Will that fit? That's almost too big. Let me see this one. This is a little red one. We'll put that one in. Hopefully we won't get any bubbles. Here's a little petal, which is cute. That can go in there. And I want to put a little bit of backing. Oops. We'll put some black and some red backing on it. You're not going to see all of this, but let me take the stem off. Oops, it just broke. So we're just going to randomly put some leaves in here, I guess. And then I want to put a piece of the red. Get you up here in the corner. A piece of this red stuff. Fern or whatever it is they colored red. Make sure you have the right side down. You're probably not going to see a lot of it, but that's okay. Here's another little one. We'll put that over here. And then I will back it probably with white. But let me get this cured first. Get that set in place. And I'm going to put these away. If you guys saw yesterday where Lauren bought Don a red carpet, he has prepared for you what he is doing with his red carpet. Thank you, Lauren. I don't even know if I can thank you for what you've done. You'll understand that that is sarcasm here in a few minutes. So I will show you that basically when we're finished with this video. Oh my gosh, these have so much static. I need to get these put away. So yeah, thanks a lot, Lauren. You really made this go to his head. So if you're new here, this is your first video. We are not crazy in this house. Well, maybe we are crazy in this house. You never know what you're going to get with me and Don in our videos. But hopefully you'll get a few laughs out of the things that we do. and the things that people do for us that were not expected. But Don takes things and he runs with them. And boy, did he run with this one, Lauren. And the funny thing is, the day that Don said that on video, when he found out he was in the dictionary, that's where this all came from, if you didn't see that. He was put in the Urban Dictionary for his glit effect. Bobby Joe texted me that night and she goes, I wonder how many red carpets that Don is going to receive in Happy Mail. And I'm like, oh no. I go, oh my gosh. I hope that does not happen, because Bobby Joe almost bought him one. And I'm like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. And so they didn't. Her and Jim were thinking the same thing. They were almost bought it. And then they're like, we better not do that. And she's like, but please let me know if somebody else does, because they had a bet running on whether or not Don would get a red carpet in Happy Mail. And don't you know, the very next day he did, from Lauren. And I will show you that here when we're finished with everything. So stick around for that if you want to see it. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh, is that pretty? Look at that. I love that one. We need to do that again. A little bit different. Oh, that is so gorgeous. I love it. I'm actually going to stick, you know what, I'm going to stick all of these just to make sure I cure them from the top. I think they're fine. But you know what? Why not cure them from the top just in case? I got a gold one out. Let's do something similar. Let's do it in this one though. Because I have this large closed back bezel that we could put it on. So let's do the same thing. I gotta shut that off now. I'm going to put this in the front, back it, get it all secured. I'll just put this on the bottom shelf and get it cured real quick while the tops are curing of that one. And I'll grab some flowers. I think I'm going to back it in glitter instead of the white. So maybe I'll need some white flowers. Let me see if I can find white ones. Okay, let's do this. I put those on top of there so they can just continue curing. All right, it's settled in there. Let's put another layer for our flowers. Make sure your bubbles pop. I think I'm going to do yellow and white and green. What I do with mine. So let's do, I don't have any white tiny other than Baby's Breath, which I love anyway. But let's do a couple of yellows. I'm going to get them underneath. Look at that. It goes right under. That one. Yeah, let's do another yellow. Flip them over. And then we'll put some Baby's Breath and a little greenery behind it. How's that? Set those aside. Although the Baby's Breath does have some greenery. So let's see what we have here. I did not realize I would use this Baby's Breath so much when I bought it. Let's just get that down in there. And that, you don't need much for these little things. There's not a whole lot of room in these cabochons. Pop your bubbles. And get that down in there. Let me break a few more off. And then when this is cured, I think, I don't even have room for greenery. Let me get that off. Come on. Gosh, my hands get so sticky. Am I going to have enough room? I don't know. What do I have that is green? Oh, I have these little ones. I have this one that came in this little tiny packet. I hate to waste it, but you might see it up here. Maybe not. Could have been a waste. Because we're going to back it with... Maybe I'll cut it so we could see it in a couple different spots here. Get under there. This stuff already looks small when you buy it, and then you realize it's still too big for what you want it for. Come on. Why won't you break off? Because you're wet? Get you in there. Gosh. Get in there. And then we'll do these two kind of over here. Pop the bubbles. And then cure. And I think we'll just do one or two more, and that will be the end for today. All right, let's get this back. I've already mixed up the firefly glitter in the resin. I'm just going to spread it on the back and cure it. Oops, hopefully that's not too much. It could be. Oh, just barely. Let me get that cured in there. I don't think that's bubbles. I think that's just, I'm not sure, but let's get that one cured. Let's see what it looks like. And then I think we'll do one last one. Hopefully this one's cured all the way through. Oh, look at that. It's so pretty. Oh, I love that. And that's going to get glued onto this big thing. Even though it doesn't fit on the inside, I made it work because it fits perfectly on the outside edge. I don't want to touch it. I'm going to let it go back in face up. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Let's do one last one with, I pulled out the red chrome powder. And I'm going to do the same thing without, I'm not going to put... Am I going to put... I wasn't going to put a charm in there. I think I'm just going to do flowers with the background, and we'll do another round. So let me get the flowers in. Well, I want to get that cured. That is so gorgeous. And it doesn't hurt to keep putting those under the UV light at all. There's no like maximum amount of time. So we'll do that one, and then I'm going to use up these extras and throw it in a little pendant and finish that up. And that will be end. I know you're dying to see what Don's doing. Let's get some flowers arranged. So we're going to put another layer. I want a pretty thick layer because I don't want my glitter to be very, actually the chrome to be very thick at all. So I don't know what is going to fit. I pulled these ones out. I'm thinking yellow with the red background, maybe. I should probably get out. I wonder if this one will fit. Oh, look at that. It might take up the whole thing. Let's put something in front of it first. Let's put this light pink one in front of it, upside down, since we have room. And then put this one behind that one. Now I'm only going to cure this, not all the way, because I want that chrome powder to stick to it, like we did that Chameleon one. So literally less than a minute. I'm going to keep checking it. Actually, I'll just leave you on. You could fast forward if you want to. I just don't want to miss it. Let me pull this back. Trying to keep everything cleaned up around here as I'm working, so I don't have this huge disaster like I usually do with UV resin. I do love doing UV resin. The problem is I don't have a lot of time for it because of all the molds I have to get to. But if you have something you want to see done in UV resin, please put it in the comments. Let me know. Okay, that's good. And I'll try to do it for you. I need some fresh ideas. Let's see, I need a brush again. Which brush did I use before? This one? All right, we're just going to paint this on the back. This red is gorgeously red. Get it all the way to your edges. Actually, I might even go up on the edge of the mold. And then I'm going to first put some clear in there because I don't want that thick of a black background. So first I will fill it with clear so that will cure good. And then I'll put the black. I don't think you need black for this, but I don't want to not do it just in case. So let me get that done. I'll fill it with black and I'll show you the result. Before that one's done, I just threw a keychain on this one so you could see it finished. So I didn't put a charm on because there's a charm inside. I did put a tassel on there though. So that one's not too horrible now. I took the extras, I put it in a little gem mold that was mailed to me yesterday. So those are just combine the red and the white from the crushed crystal. And this one should be about done. Yeah, I think that's done. And I wanted to do one last fun one with you. I have these sprinkles. We're just going to fill one up and add some sprinkles. So let's see how this one looks. I've got the gem one in the bottom. Hopefully this is pretty. Oh yeah, look at that. You can't barely see the red, but it's there. It is pretty. I should have used a darker pink flower. But that's not too bad. Some things I would change. I'm going to put this back under that light so the top can cure from that way. These have been in so many times that they are done. Let me get, which one do we do sprinkles? Let's just do, well, let's stick with the theme of Valentine's Day and stick with the hearts. So I'm going to do it differently. I'm just going to put the sprinkles in first and then put in the UV resin. And we'll see if it cures with all of these sprinkles in here. And maybe I'll do a white background just to pop those colors from being on the clear. These are just sprinkles that came from my cake decorating days. So let's just put that in there. Stir it around. I'm not putting a first coat of UV resin in there or anything. I'm just going to get it cured and then... Actually, the light is like shining on this. I'm surprised it's not curing. And then we'll go ahead and get in there. Make sure everything's underneath your sides, or you're going to have stuff sticking up. Get that cured. See if it works. Let me check this one with the extras in it. No, that's not done yet. Not sure if it will finish. It's packed, jam-packed with glitter, so that could be my first glitter one that never cures. But let's just leave that in there. It's on the bottom. I don't know if it's on a light or not. I'm going to put it on a light itself. Check this one. That's cured pretty quickly already. I'll let it finish the 2 minutes though. Okay, let's just fill this one up with white. This one I just glued onto that large bezel. Got it centered. Now I'm just not going to touch it until it's completely dry. So let's just back this one in white and see what it looks like. It should be cute. I do leave the colors in for longer than the 2 minutes though. I've been usually about 3 to 4 minutes. The white's not as bad as the black. The black will take a little longer. Let's see if this one's going to be a bust on me. Oh, it cured through. It just needed a little more time. Look at that. That's just the extras. Just need a little pinch bail, which I will go grab. That's so pretty. Red and white. Beautiful. All right, I'll get that one done and I'll show you the end. Here's this one. I just put a pinch bail on it. And I had stuck it under the light for like 1 more minute outside the mold. So that one's really pretty. Here's this one. I put a flat bag bail on the back of that one. That one is so gorgeous. And this one should be done. And I think that's going to wrap up today, you guys. Let's see what we have. That's so cute. Really cute. Maybe I'll stick a little flat bag bail on that one too. How fun is that? I'll put it under the light for a couple minutes just to get that top done. Let me grab one more flat bag bail. These came in Happy Mail too. You guys have blessed me so much with these things. I could not do half of this stuff without all of you giving things to me because I wouldn't even know to buy them. So I'm going to just... These are nice, big, heavy-duty flat bag bales. I just put some E6000 on the back of that. Usually I end up putting too much glue on. Again, I am not a jewelry maker. So if you get one from me and it's not perfect, that's why. So I'll just let that cure like that. Shut the light off. And that is it, you guys. That was so much fun. I thought I did another big round one. No, I only did one. Okay, I guess I only did one. I was going to do another one, but I did it in the heart instead for Valentine's Day. So I will get pictures of all of this. I'm going to clean my cups out because those are all finished. I will say goodbye now because I'm not going to show my face after this next clip. So I hope you all have a blessed day. Enjoy the next clip. Get a good laugh out of it, you guys. He's pretty funny sometimes. And I will see you tomorrow, and then I will get you some pictures of these. Bye, guys.
King Glitz declares that you all have wonderful hairs before I have been noted in history through the Urban Dictionary. You may all be seated, but it seems that I have run aground, for my red carpet has ended. What shall I do?
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams. Her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings, a masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew, in every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace. In her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story.